Hi, it's Alyssa from Alyssa's Bake Shop, and today I'm doing a review for the My Little Cake Pop mold. I purchased the 1 ounce mold. It was $10, and shipping to where I am was about $5. They also had a 1.1 ounce mold. I went with your typical round cake pop shape, but they did have some really cute ones on the website. I did see bunnies, I saw an ice cream cone and a star, and I'm really curious about them. However, for my small business, I only sell very simplistic cake pops. I'm not really into the cake pop world. I will sell them for dessert tables, but I focus mainly on cakes and cookies. So for me, this shape works perfectly. If I do buy the other ones, it's really just for fun. This did ship pretty quickly, but I had a big cake pop order to do and I definitely wanted to practice. So I actually purchased this mold at least a month ahead before I had my order. To get this mold to work, you still have to roll it into a ball shape, and then when you put it into the mold, you slowly close it, and it is kind of hard to close shut. That's because cake is coming out of the sides because it needs to be a perfect fit. So I just kind of rolled it and I kept rolling it and putting it back in and kind of just getting rid of some of that cake, and it is slippery if you saw it kind of fly out of my hands there. And there's finally no more cake coming out of the sides. Then I opened the mold and I gently took it out, just being careful not to press my fingers into it or hurting that perfect round shape in any way. If there is cake in the ridges, you can just gently wipe it off to make it nice and smooth. I needed to be more efficient, so I took out my scale and I just started to weigh all of the cake balls to be perfectly 1 ounce. However, I found that there was still some cake that would come out of it, even though I weighed it perfectly at 1 ounce. I really think it has to do with the shape and how you roll it initially, because if you put it in the cake pop mold and it's a little bit oval, then I think it tends to be better. But if you rolled it into kind of like a rounder, fatter ball, then I think the cake just comes out of the sides. So it's definitely not a perfect science. You have to work with this mold a bit, and I think that that's something to take into consideration because it definitely takes more time than just rolling it with your hands. I wanted to do a comparison for you guys, so I started to weigh some cake pops at 1 ounce, just like the ones in the mold, but this time I just rolled them out with my hands so that we could see side by side the difference between the mold and just using our hands as the tools. I'm going to be honest, and personally, I think that this was a splurge because paying $10 for a mold and $5 for shipping is definitely a bit pricey to me. And is this needed in order to make cake pops? No, but I struggle a lot with cake pops and I'm a perfectionist, and I'm always curious about trying new tools because if you do invest in tools that help you, it can definitely cut down when it comes to baking and decorating. The catch overall for this is that while it does make it a very nice round shape, it definitely takes more time than using your hands. Perfect scenario is that you are making cake pops ahead of time, so you do have the time to be able to use this tool. I did flip the view upside down, so the top row is what I rolled out with my hands. The second row is with the cake pops. The top row is actually shinier, and I'm wondering if this has to do with the friction between my hands and the gloves and the cake. But overall, you can see that they actually look pretty similar. The second row is definitely a bit smoother. There are a couple of ones that I rolled out that definitely need to be fixed a little. But overall, I do think that if you make cake pops all the time, this might not really benefit you. It might actually slow you down. If anything, doing this experiment gave me the confidence that I can roll out some decent looking cake pops. So hopefully all of that practice is finally paying off. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!